Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to see no rate limit leads to account takeover. So we will send X number of simultaneous requests to the server, and the server will act on each of the requests that the client will send. Thus, by sending X number of right OTP tokens or password, we can successfully crack the code and bypass the authentication. No validation or limiting the request and taking decisions by the server is very dangerous. So we are going to exploit this onto a live website where we are going to learn about how we can utilize no rate limit functionality, and we are able to do an account takeover. So practical time, and let's see the practical for this attack. As you can see, I'm onto a website netmets.com, and on this website I'm going to sign up using my phone number. As you can see, I gave my phone number, and now this application has sent a OTP onto my mobile number. Okay, let me try again. Let me give my phone number once more. So this application allows to log in using a password or a OTP. So I'm choosing a OTP option, and now it has successfully sent an OTP onto my phone. This time I'm going to give a wrong OTP, and I'm going to click on verify, and I'm going to capture the request into Burp Suite. As you can see, this is the request that is going to the server, which contains the mobile number as well as the OTP code, that is 123456. I want to see the response of this request, so I will click on action, do intercept response to this request. I will also send this request to intruder because we are going to perform a no rate limit attack onto this. Now I will just forward this request, and if you observe the response, in the response you can see the status is failed. The reason is invalid OTP. Yes, because the OTP that we gave for the verification purposes was wrong. Now I will do intercept off, go into the intruder tab. Now I'm going to set a position where I will brute force the OTPs. So I will just go into the payloads option and choose numbers. So I have got a OTP, so I will set a range for the OTP for 25 OTPs. Here guys, you have to notice that we have to prove the flaw of no rate limit. That's why we are choosing a number 25. We are going to submit 25 OTPs to the application, and we are going to observe that the application blocks after these many numbers of attempts. So basically 15 to 20 attempts are more than enough to test a functionality of an application if the application is blocking us or not. For a verification purposes, for a OTP, you can just send around 25 to 30 OTPs to test if there is a flaw. I also tested this vulnerability by submitting 500 OTPs, and the application did not block me at all. For the video, not to make it very long, I'm just going to take 25 OTPs and I'm going to submit that. So in the from range, I'm going to put from where the OTP should start and till to how many OTPs it should end. Step means how many step of OTP you want to give. So for example, the OTP will start from 901825 and the next OTP will be 901826, and so on till 50. I will just turn off the payload encoding, go in the options tab, and here you can see there is an option in the request engine that is throttle. Throttle basically means giving time delay between simultaneous requests. So each request is taking the OTP to the server, but here we want to give a throttle between each request. Why? Because we do not want the server to think like someone is doing a DOS or a DDoS attack by sending simultaneous request. So we are going to give a throttle of 3 seconds between each request. That is 3000 milliseconds. Now, how will we know that the OTP that has been brute forced is the right one? For that, we are going to use the option of grep match. So I will clear all this. I will go onto the website and I will see that whenever a person gives an invalid OTP, the application says invalid OTP. But on the right OTP, it will not say invalid OTP. It is obviously going to say something else. For this reason, we are going to copy this and we are going to match this with all the response that we are getting by brute forcing all the applications into the no rate limit attack. So I'm just going to paste it here, click on add and start the attack. As you can see, the first request is matching invalid OTP into the response. Even the second, third, fourth, fifth, simultaneously all the OTPs are matching invalid OTP text into their response, which means this is the wrong OTP. We are going to wait for a OTP which will not match this into its response. Also, you can observe the status of each request is 400, which is a bad request. As you can see, invalid OTP for each OTPs. Let me just scroll down and let's see. Yes, so there is a OTP which has missed invalid OTP flag, right? So let's just go to that OTP and see the response. In the status, it is saying success, which means this is the right OTP that we have brute forced using the no rate limit attack, when the attacker is able to brute force a lot of OTPs. So I'm just going to put that OTP right now, 901841, and I'm going to click on verify, and this application did not verify me. Why? Because the application has put a logic of one OTP only once. So one OTP can only be used once. No problem. But I already have the right response for the OTP. So this time I'm going to copy the right response of this OTP and I'm going to paste it into a wrong response. So how to do it? Let's see. I will just copy all this right response. I will give a wrong OTP. Go in burp suite, go in my proxy, intercept on, and click on verify. After clicking on verify, I want to do intercept response to this request. As this is a wrong OTP, we are going to get a wrong response which says invalid OTP. I'm just going to select all and replace by the right response that we copied. And I'm going to forward and do intercept off. As you can see, we have successfully logged in into the application. We have successfully bypassed this and used no rate limit to log in into the application. As you can see, this is my mobile number. So we identified the application has put a logic of one OTP only once, but has not put any type of no rate limit. So there is a vulnerability of no rate limit on this website. I hope you guys understood. Thank you so much.